Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Industrial Relations Training System for Line Managers. It is also called the Employee Relations Training System for Line Managers and is designed as a guide to help you answer your day-to-day employee issues. Right? Spread over 30 different scenarios, the objective of this system is to give managers practical, easy to use and intuitive guides on how to manage their range of people issues. Typically, as a manager, you may face situations involving an employee that is absent for 2 consecutive work days. What happens if the employee's absence crosses into 3 consecutive work days, for example? What are you expected to do in those situations? Where does human resource come in those situations? These are practical questions today managers face. We're facing a lot more complexity in the workplace. Let's give you another scenario where, for instance, you have an employee that has been late for work. And the reason you've attributed this to is because this person has been perhaps waking up late in the morning. But the problem with your employee here is that this employee says, look, I have been coming in late. However, I've always stayed back to complete my work. I've also been given the highest performance scores. Last year, you gave me the highest bonus, you gave me the highest increments. So in this situation, how are you supposed to address the issue? Because the employee says, traditionally, in terms of his or her KPIs or performance expectations, he or she is meeting them. How would you deal with that practical situation? What happens if the employee challenges you and says, well, if you're going to be so difficult or you're going to be so calculative about my time, then I'll come in on time, but I'll leave on the dot every day. But if the work doesn't get completed, don't blame me. So these are things managers grapple with. Now, I've given you the example of someone who is absent from work, and you're asking yourself what you should do. And also I've contrasted that with a scenario where the employee is late for work. What about performance issues? How do you deal with an employee that is performing, but perhaps has attitudinal issues? What about a major misconduct? This is what this system is designed to do, to give you practical answers on how to manage your day-to-day employee issues.